Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my technique on how I make a slow roasted smoked brisket. So first off, we're going to start off with the injection sauce. I like to use about 1/4 of an onion, a clove to 2 cloves of garlic, and some beef broth, and a little bit of a seasoning. So we got some salt, pepper, Texas brisket rub, a smoky pecan rub, garlic powder, and onion powder. For the injection, I'll take the onion, the garlic, a half a stick of butter, and the brisket rub, and mix a little bit of each into a thing until they boil. All right, now that the sauce is all ready, we're going to season the bottom first. Take some pepper and just go around. It's okay to be fair with this. You don't need it to be too heavy or too light. It's just the bottom. Take some salt. Now, this one here is one of our favorites. We get this from Texas. This is a low and slow rub. Kind of got a slight spice to it, but not too much. And you can go pretty heavy with this, even though this is the bottom. A lot of this flavor is going to wash off as it sweats and stuff like that. Some smoked pecan barbecue. This gives it a little more of a woodier flavor inside too. All right, our garlic powder. And some onion powder. Now, the one secret I've learned from people in Texas, they tell me, is you have to massage it in. You can't just pat the rub on and leave it be, which is how I originally thought it was supposed to be done. Get this in there. Like if you see any pieces that peel up, get in there. Roll it in. Any cuts and cracks, roll that spice in there. The more you permeate what you can, the deeper that flavor will go. And being the bottom, we don't have to be as intense as we will with the top. All right, so I got my sauce here. That's the broth, onion, garlic, butter, and a little bit of the rub. And I'm going to take my injection needle. I left my onions and garlic really coarse, so that way it won't get sucked into the holes that do the injecting. Okay. For this, you're going to just take it, insert it a little bit in, and give it a little pump, move over, and keep doing that. I prefer to do this on the fat side, with the fat side up. That way, when it cooks, all those flavors hopefully stay in the meat and not drip through. Okay. All right, so I used about 2/3 of this sauce. Save this last third. We're going to combine that with most of the drippings from the first 2.5 hours of the smoking process to make like a barbecue sauce kind of that you drip on top. Now that everything's injected, just make sure that everything's free. It's a little moist still. That's okay. You can leave it that way. Now, you're going to want to season it just like you did the bottom, except for you want to be a little more aggressive with the top. A lot of this flavor is going to be sitting there on top of it the whole time, or trying to work itself down through the fat. It's not going to permeate as easy as the rest of them. So, due to that, you want to hit it a little more aggressive than you normally would. Okay, slow and roll. And then this time, while working all this stuff in, whatever gets on your hands, you're going to rub into the sides and that doesn't actually have a hard edge. And last off, your garlic powder and your onion powder. Now, every Texan has their own way of doing this. We learned from somebody in the Waco area who likes to use a lot of different flavors. But some of them tell you just salt and pepper and go from there. Alright, now as you get it on your hands here, you're going to take it and make sure you rub it right into the sides, pull off everything that's on the sides, and really rub it into it. Almost like a massage. Now, you see how it's got that nice color right in this fat layers. That helps impermeate the meat really well. Make sure everything's got a nice color to it, nothing too heavy. Now, let me wash my hands real quick and we'll rest this. I did that on a bed of cellophane. I took 2 sheets of cellophane going one way and then 2 sheets the other way. And I took a little bit of butcher paper down too. Now, everybody will tell you they have their own method. I have found, wrap this nice and tight. You want to keep all those juices in there, all those flavors stay together. So now that I got everything flavored locked in there, I'm going to use the butcher paper just to make sure it doesn't leak so much. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to help. And we're going to put this on a tray and put this into the fridge for about 4 hours just to let everything marinate.
Where can you get butcher paper?
I bought my butcher paper on Amazon. However, some places have more local sources. I just know around here, not being centered in a barbecue area, they're not going to have stuff that you could actually cook on. All right, so we'll be back once this marinades and we're ready to fire up the smoker.